We start today in Puerto Rico, where excessive heat is expected for northern parts of Puerto Rico come this week. Meteorologists from the National Weather Service in San Juan say that a southeasterly wind combined with daily heat and humidity will cause the heat index to climb between 100 and 110 degrees. Residents are being urged to limit time outside and stay well hydrated. In addition, limited rainfall is expected as Saharan dust increases in the skies overhead. The dry conditions will continue to exacerbate the drought situation for parts of the island. And switching gears now, Sunday was the final day of celebrations in Britain for Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee. To great cheer, the Queen appeared on the balcony of Buckingham Palace. That's after skipping events on both Friday and Saturday. Holly Williams has more from London.
There aren't many 96-year-olds who get a pop concert staged in their honour. But with performances by Rod Stewart and Diana Ross, this was a musical celebration of the British monarch's 70-year reign. The Queen was represented by 3 generations of her family while she stayed at home. She's had mobility issues in recent months, but she still managed to steal the show.
Tea?
In a video she made with another icon, Paddington Bear.
Perhaps you would like a marmalade sandwich. I always keep one for emergencies.
So do I. I keep mine in here.
The eccentric British humour sent the crowd wild. Today, the Queen's Gold State coach joined a carnival through central London. It was used for her coronation. But today, it was empty, with only a hologram of the Queen. Another symbolic reminder that she's slowing down. But for many here, though, today was about people's parties. Around 16,000 get-togethers like this one on Rigdale Street in East London.
70 years, you know, that is of just being steadfast, and she made that promise to serve her people, and she's still doing it now.
She's matriarch, as my mother was, a figure of hope, a figure of someone who constantly does what they do for the people they love.
And tonight, finally, another glimpse of the Queen on the balcony of Buckingham Palace. Send her victorious, happy and glorious, they sang. Long live the Queen. Holly Williams, CBS News, London.
Now, I do want to go back to continuing coverage in Puerto Rico today, where U.S. Customs and Border Protection Air and Marine Operations agents confiscated 672 pounds of cocaine hidden on board a vessel. On Thursday, officials stopped a boat with 2 U.S. citizens on board heading towards Aguadilla. They then escorted that vessel to the Mayaguez boathouse for investigation. On the shore, AMO agents requested assistance from a Puerto Rico Police Department K-9 unit, who ultimately helped officials find a hidden compartment containing 305 bricks of cocaine, worth an estimated value of $6.4 million. Special agents took custody of the 2 men and the contraband for prosecution and investigation. Well, meantime, the Ministry of Education is considering introducing a demerit system to help combat violence and discipline in schools. Chief of Education Dr. Peter Smith said the recommendation was among several made by multi-sectoral committee members that was set up following an increase in school violence when students returned to the classroom in April. The committee submitted a draft National School Discipline Matrix that would see demerit points given to students for unacceptable behavior and rewarding those students who exhibit positive behavior.
In that document, 3 levels of students' infractions were identified: minor, example, dress code; major, example, disorderly or disruptive conduct; and severe, example, fights, sexual harassment. Consequences occur at 3 levels: first, second, and third offenses. Examples of consequences include detention, parent conferences, in and out of school suspension, extended suspension. We are also looking at the development of a merit-demerit points-based system. Secondly, identification of positive behavior strategies. Preventative strategies, example, emotional intelligence, parenting and education, peer counseling, prefect system, student support.
Now, the chief education officer disclosed that students' most common infractions were fights with and without weapons, sexual misconduct, drug possession, drug use, and use of tobacco and vaping products, disrespect, and defiance of authority. Well, meantime, a major storm system that battered Mexico is now dumping massive amounts of rain across southern Florida. The National Weather Service reports 11 inches of rain fell over downtown Miami yesterday morning, causing widespread street flooding. On some streets, the water is waist deep. There are reports of numerous cars getting stuck in high water and people abandoning their cars for higher ground. This is the same storm system known as Agatha in the Pacific Ocean, and once it crosses over into the Atlantic and reaches tropical storm status, it will be known as Alex. A tropical storm warning is in effect across southern Florida and the Keys. Well, meantime, heavy rainfall caused major flooding in Havana, Cuba on Friday. You can see locals standing in streets with water covering their legs while pushing jammed cars and buses. The island, along with the Florida Peninsula and the Bahamas, are under warnings as this tropical storm Alex moves into the Atlantic Ocean basin. The storm was known as Agatha and previously battered Mexico. According to the U.S. National Hurricane Center, rains continued in the island over Friday afternoon and into the night.